repotting video. Here in front of you, you have the Leca purpurata cross, which I have bought recently from Orchids and more. This is a Cattleya purpurata ceruleus striata crossed with Cattleya rex, crossed with Cattleya versavici. So it is a very interesting one. But I couldn't repot it immediately after I bought it because these new growths were too small and this one didn't yet started its new root system. But now, if you can see here at the base, I have a lot of new root tip activity, and this is because ever since I made sure I give this Cattleya quite a lot of calcium. And I soaked it or the last 24 hours in fertilized water with MSU and quite a lot of calcium. And all these roots appeared in the last 2 days or so. So she is in active growth right now, but I will have quite a lot of work to do because this bark is it has a lot of indentation, and the roots really attach to it too well actually, and yeah, I will need to be very careful when I repot this orchid, because if I damage the roots, they will die in semi-hydro, and we don't want that. So yeah, I also managed to do a sunburn here, so it happens, but that is okay. The orchid is still very healthy, doesn't seem to mind it too much. And we can see that I have bought a new tray for repottings. This is because I got enough of getting my table full of medium. So I said I want to do something only for orchids. I don't think it's very healthy for us humans to have all this medium on the table, even though you rinse it afterwards. It is a lot of pesticide and fungicide on the medium, so it's better not to put it where you are going to eat. So what I'm doing right now, even though I have soaked very well this pot before I started the repotting, I'm trying to work as gently as I can to very gently jiggle the pieces of bark until they come loose. I can see here I have another new growth, so I will have a total of 4 directions of growth, which is quite good actually, because that means this orchid will grow very fast into a specimen. But other than that, I wanted to show to you this. I have a lot of mold activity on the bottom. Hope you can see that. So that means this medium was really bad right now. It is decomposed, and the orchid sit already too much in it. Every single time you have an orchid in an acidic medium, it most probably has a calcium deficiency, because calcium is better absorbed at higher pHs. So because the medium is decomposed, it turned acidic. So that means it stops the orchid from absorbing calcium. So yeah, this will take a lot of time because the pieces of bark are very sticked to the roots, and I don't like that, but what can we do? She will still get repotted into semi-hydro. And even though some of the roots will get some wounds and they might die in semi-hydro, it is no problem because I am repotting the orchid at the right time, so when she has a new root growth. So the new roots will get adjusted fast to the semi-hydro because they are growing actively. In about 1 month, these roots will fill half of the pot. So that is really good. That is why you need to repot orchids when it is the perfect time, if you can. And I see now some new roots even from these 2 new growths, so that is even better. That means that at this point it doesn't matter all that much if I get some wounds on the older roots. If you want to get your orchids roots a better chance to adjust to semi-hydro and make sure they don't die, you can always let the orchid dry up after you repot it, so you don't water the orchid immediately, but after 1 week, something of the sorts. That is also a good practice if you wish. At this point, because my orchid is growing so well, it doesn't really matter, but maybe you have an orchid which is smaller, which is weaker, so yeah, you can do that. Not water it immediately after you put her in that semi-hydro pot, but after 1 week, let's say, or 10 days. She might get a bit shriveled, but the thing is, you let the wounds from the roots to seal, and after that at least part of the roots will survive, even though the bottom part, which was okay guys, so I did stop for a bit the camera because it was really too boring. I got out quite a lot of the old medium. I still have a few, and I thought I would share with you at least the last part. They were more stacked, the pieces of bark, from this part of the roots where they are newer, but in the middle I have quite a lot of old dead roots, because those are the roots from when the orchid was a seedling. That is normal, you find it on every single orchid. And I will actually do that. I will let the orchid dry out after I put it in the pot. I will let it unwatered for about 1 week, and just after that I will water the orchid, because I do want to try to save the alive roots, let's say. Of course, a lot of this powdery stuff from the roots will get washed off at the sink when I will clean a bit the root system. I usually like to use the highest pressure on the water that I can. So I will do that now. I will throw out this old medium and I will come back. Okay, and now it is time to cut off the dead roots. So I will take the pruners from the alcohol and I will flame them to make sure they are completely sterilized. Later on today I'm going to visit a reservation with some gorgeous animals. I'm not really sure how to say that in English, but they are gorgeous, and I think I will film that for a bit and share a few images with you at the end of this video, so let me know if you like that. I hope you will. I will also clean out all these dead sheets from the pseudobulbs. They can just harbor pests. They don't have any good use for the orchid, so I will gently scrub it. And after I cut off the dead roots, I will clean off again under the sink any debris, and this will come off as well. I might very well have more plants in this pot, because I have 4 directions of growth, so I don't really think they all come from the same plant. So I will very gently try to detangle these roots, because I want to get in the middle of the plant actually, because there I know I have a lot of dead roots. I saw them, so here I can just cut because it's dead. And the dead roots, you will feel they are mushy, they are empty inside, and if you pull away on the root, and you will be left with a string like this behind. This is the thin wire is the actually root, and this was a sponge, and when it's coming off like that, it is for sure dead, so you can cut it very safely, no worries there. So I will try to cut gently the dead roots. I don't want to leave dead materials behind. Usually if a Cattleya root snaps, it will die off only from the wound down, and the upper part of the root will remain alive. That if it doesn't get infected. And this is why I said I want to leave the orchid to dry off before I water it, because in this particular case I am sure I did quite a lot of wounds on the lower part of the root system, and I think I can save quite a few of them if I make sure the ones dry off, so the upper part of the root will still function. So yeah, this is quite a harder repotting, let's say, because the orchid is a bit pot-bound, and as always this type of repottings are more time consuming. That is okay, only that it takes more time. Here in the middle I have quite a lot of them which are dead. It doesn't even need to be perfect when you pot in semi-hydro, because they will not spoil out the medium. They are already rotten, already dead. Most of them have been even washed. They don't have any more substance inside, so the decomposition process already took place inside the bark, and it is okay if you leave some dead roots behind. It won't happen anything bad in semi-hydro, but in organic medium it will make all the medium decompose faster. Okay, so I still have some roots which are tangled in here, and I'm trying to see the base because I am sure I have some more medium in there, and I just cannot understand where this root is from. Yeah. Let me know if you like better this angle in when I'm filming repottings. You might have observed that it is a different one. I think you have a better view, but I would like to know your opinion. And I think this is pretty much all I will do. I will clean it off with some water, and then we will spray it very well with hydrogen peroxide 3%, which will kill any snails or snail eggs that might be on this orchid, though I don't think we have such things, because I see very good root tips that have not been munched off. So it seems that pretty much all the roots now are cleaned, except a few which I am cutting right now. And yeah, you always need to cut into healthy tissue, because any decomposing tips will continue to rot. So That is what I am doing right now. Okay, this is all. I will clean it and I will come back. Okay guys, and now we need to clean it or spray it with hydrogen peroxide, so 3%, very important, because a higher concentration will pretty much burn the roots. So we are going to spray the orchid really well. This will disinfect the root system and also will seal off the wounds after they dry. It is a very important step. So we kill any possible eggs and pathogens. I am insisting a bit on the rhizome because usually that is the place where snail eggs can hide, especially when you have such a big orchid with a good root system. It's harder for the spray to get in there. And now I will let it fizz for about 3 minutes, time in which I will prepare the medium and make sure also the tag is here sterilized. I will come back. Okay, and here I have the pot which I will be using. The orchid is already fizzing for a bit of time. So by the way, I really like to use this type of thingy in my repottings. It's very nice. It's from Elho. I think you can find this company internationally. So that is really nice. First thing to do it is to fill up the reservoir if you can, to make sure you don't put the old roots in the reservoir, because my orchid is or has such a big root system that won't be possible, but I'm confident she will do okay, even though I do put some roots in directly in the reservoir. So with this I will gently add medium. And now you can see I have very big holes of or air pockets, so I will make sure the medium will get there as well. So I will start to tap it and move the pot. So my repotting is pretty much done. This is how she looks like. I have medium all around the roots. I don't have any more air pockets, and as I said, I will let the pot dry off. The medium is already dry, and the roots are just wet, but the orchid will absorb it, and I assume that in about 2 days they will be completely dry, and after that I will let the orchid stay dry for another 5 days. So any wounds will seal off, and the bottom part of the root can die, but the upper part of the root will survive. So this is how she looks like. She's not very much in the center of the pot because she has new growths all around. I assume this orchid will be repotted into a bigger pot in about 1 to 2 years. We will see how much she can stay in here. So now we will actually start to repot this other one. But at first I will rinse off this mess because and I will sterilize it because I don't want to use not even the same tray. The same thing will happen with this one. I will gently remove it from the pot. This one has a lot of dead roots, a lot of them. I managed to ID her. This is the little Cattleya with very small blooms. This is a Cattleya ya ocean tree. Very curious name, but she's pretty. So the first thing that I will do it is to remove these stakes because I don't want to hurt myself. Also, this orchid is into active root growth, even though the root tip is not happy. I'm sure she will produce another one. This old medium is horrible. It is very decomposed, and the roots doesn't like it at all because it is very acidic. The orchid cannot breathe anymore. It cannot absorb nutrients at a higher pH anymore. So of course this orchid has calcium deficiency, as I said, because the medium is decomposed. And here we can see a leaf tip dying back, and here is another example. The leaf completely died off, and here we have the blackening of the pseudobulb. This is not an infection, it just stays like that, but the orchid does present symptoms of calcium deficiency, and this is caused because of the medium, because of the decomposing medium. This is horrible medium, so I will remove it very fast. This will be a much faster repotting because the medium is made from bigger chunks of bark which don't attach to the roots, which I think it is preferably if you like to use organic medium, because you don't want to tear apart the roots when you repot. So yeah, that would be a good tip. If you want to use organic medium, try to find the type of bark which doesn't stick too much to the... Oh my god! Oh my god, that is horrible! Look at that! This is why I wear gloves. I got so scared. Right now I will put it outdoors because I'm not sure what this is, but I am sure it can hurt you. So okay guys, sorry, I really got scared to death because I hate bugs, and that looked like an ant, but the mother of ants. Horrible, very big and ugly, and I cannot stand them, and I cannot stand this decomposing medium. It's very, very bad, very bad. A lot of dead roots. Most of them actually are dead, and we even have the plug of moss from when the orchid was a seedling. So this orchid right now has a medium that it's even 7 years old, if not more. So of course we have a lot of sorry guys, so of course we have a lot of dead roots because the medium is very, very bad. And this is why I prefer to use organic medium, inorganic medium, sorry, because the roots don't decompose in that medium. The medium doesn't turn acidic, and you won't have roots dying off because the medium went bad. Look at this. This smells horrible right now, very, very bad. The orchid though is big, and I am sure it will pull through. Some of these new growths will soon start to push up a root or something, and she will get hydrated at some point, but at first I'm sure I will get it a bit shrivelly like, because she doesn't have enough roots. And I think I have 2 orchids in here. Yes, I have 2 orchids in here because they were not connected through a rhizome. That is okay. I do like that it is a bigger orchid, so I will put both divisions together and they will bloom and flourish very, very pretty. I will also need to sterilize again the scissors or the pruners, because well, it is good to try to sterilize them so you don't transfer diseases from an orchid to another. Okay, I want to cut this plastic thing and start to cut off the dead roots, because I still have some medium attached, and I want, when I rinse the roots at the sink, to make sure the dead parts are off. And I think this will transform into a saving type of repotting, because this orchid is basically rootless. But happy for me, I have this suitable, which is about to produce a new root system, which is very, very good. We are always going to clean off these dead sheets, because they can just harbor pests and encourage rottings. So we are going to try at least clean them as best as we can. If you have a pest infestation and you have this type of sheets on your orchids, you are never going to get rid of the pests, because they will all always lay eggs underneath them, and most of the times the insecticides won't work underneath these things, especially if you just done a light type of spraying. And this division has 2 directions of growth, which is good. It's very, very good. And look here on this suitable, I have a wound, sort of an infection which stopped, and this is because I had a dried sheet in here and some water got trapped and the orchid started to get infected, but afterwards she could pull through the infection. So yeah, always very good idea to remove them. Even the roots will grow better. The new root tips, they are very tender, very fragile, and if you remove the sheets, they will grow easier. So this is a very good thing to do to encourage new root growth on an orchid. So I think this is pretty much all. This is the only things that I will leave attached. They are not in very good condition, but they are not in very bad condition also. These little suitables are for no use right now, and I don't have any purple ring, so we are safe from fusarium. And now this other part, which might be 2 orchids, I'm not sure. No, this other division is only 1 orchid, and I still have some old medium attached, so I'm trying to take it out. I really hope I don't find any more bugs like that, like I just saw previously, because they are horrible. I'm really afraid of them. I don't like them. Okay, and I will start to cut off what I see is dead, because I want to have space to see what is good, or if I have anything which is alive. The water will be for very good use right now. It will clean off the dust and debris. Sometimes I just like to pull away of the dead roots if I can just snap them. It really depends on the case. I'm trying to get as close as I can to the rhizome. I don't want to leave too many debris, too many dead stuff. If right now I would do this repotting into winter, to be quite honest, I would not put it in semi-hydro but in moss, but because it is the growing season, I'm sure the orchid will pull through in semi-hydro as well. Moss, it's a better option for rescuing orchids, let's say, but as I said, I am confident she will pull through. so now I will rinse them and I will spray them with hydrogen peroxide off camera, and I will come back when that is done. I will let them to fizz for 3 minutes, of course. Okay, and now it is time to pot up these divisions. So again, I will fill up most of the pot because these are don't have enough roots. Like so, and now I will add more medium. Now my orchid is pretty much all repotted. I think she looks really nice. Of course she doesn't have all too many roots, so she will dehydrate for a bit, but that will be normal. I will make sure I will provide lots of calcium because she does have signs of calcium deficiency, but other than that she looks quite good. I will put up these stakes back. So alrighty guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching and see you all next time. Bye!